to Death Mountain or into most of the areas that are dead ends. And this is one of those where it's pretty easy to determine what they're going to do. It's going to be an Armos check, given that Armos are just about around every corner.
Yeah, I always like when you start on this side of the map because it gives you a lot of open caves to check for that sword or that Armos item.
We have kind of a good news, bad news situation with the first item setup. We have the shop with the key being just barely under the normal amount, but bombs being near max. They were 37, as I recall. And seeing as both runners have checked all three of the Armos on this side, it looks like it's either going to be the Grave Armos or the Blue Ring Shop in Vanilla for our Armos item. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not the runners decide to stay in the northeast or do as Panulphe is doing now and heading towards Vanilla Start and the other Armos.
Yeah, I think with that many Armos is out of the way, it looks like Pan's just going to go ahead and check the other ones, I bet.
Yeah, both runners are using alternative audio sources, so unfortunately we do not have the audio for the Ganon, but you'll kind of know when we get to that point because players will tend to bomb and walk as many rooms as possible in level 9. So a couple things about this tournament that are different from the normal tournaments that we've run in the past. We've got important items in 9. We've got the start room shuffled, and you can be anywhere on the perimeter. We've got the book that changes community hints to normal helpful hints. And only 5 Triforces to get into that important item 9, potentially.
Alright, so Syscrusher found level 2, I believe underneath the waterfall. While Pan went to go check the Armos in the grave, yet that one did not have the Armos item. However, it was a bomb shop, and he was just 2 rubies short.
Yep, he's either got to hope that the enemies that drop bombs are fairly low rolled, or he's going to have to 10 count, which means go 9 without taking a hit from an enemy and then using a bomb on the 10th enemy. Looks like Syscrusher couldn't get too far into level 2, so he's going to resume his search for either the Armos item or the Wood Sword Cave.
Also, I want to point out both runners really on point with their screen scrolls tonight. I know if you're new to Zelda, you can wrap around the map without having to walk across it by doing a little trick called screen scrolling. It's not easy, but as these players practice over and over again, they get the hang of it and they make it look easy.
So Panulphe's going to probably give us our first look at what the Armos item is. Oh, and it's a big Armos item. It's the ladder.
Nice. We haven't seen what's on the coast yet, but I'm going to bet that's where, well, I would think that that's where Pan's going to go.
Yeah, he may elect to world wrap once he gets the ladder to see what the item on the coast is. But more to the point is there won't be any more ladder blocks in dungeons once he gets there. Unfortunately, the path over there is just a little bit treacherous. You got Lionel's hitting you in the back for 2 hearts, and Tectice jumping around sporadically, and it's hard to dodge all that.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Pan did not go check the coast after picking up that ladder. Syscrusher should be making his way over there. I bet he'll end up with the ladder here in the next, probably in the next 30 seconds if he doesn't die.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time on Panulphe's side. Just as long as he can work his way there and check caves in the process, I don't think it's that necessary to be right then there right now. It will allow Syscrusher the opportunity to get the ladder first, though.
How do you like it when one of the any roads takes you to the power bracelet spot?
Well, it makes knowing how to block clip all that more important, because otherwise you're stuck there.
All right, so Syscrusher does have the ladder. Some people are saying that Pan died before he picked up the ladder. I don't know if that's right.
To my knowledge, he died right before he got it, but we won't really know until he goes to his item menu for certain.
And I believe we've only found one dungeon so far. Is that right?
Yep, we've only found level 2 in the waterfall. And it doesn't look like the ladder showed up on his tracker, so he did not, in fact, make it there in time.
So that's unfortunate. So he's going to have to go back to that. I hate that screen as well. That screen is oftentimes the death of me.
Oh, we'll know for sure if Panulphe walks over to the ladder coast spot and tries to walk and can't. That would be quite unfortunate. But he does find level 6, right below the Armmost in the forest.
Alright, looks like he's gonna... Well, he was gonna dive into level 6, but seeing those whiz robes, I would do the same thing and just right out of there.
Yep, some people have a 5 or 6 room rule without a sword or weapon of some sort, where they'll check 5 or 6 rooms in one of the bigger dungeons, and if they can't find their way to the Triforce or to the item or to anything of relevance, they'll bail out and come back later.
And I think Syscrusher is going to do a world wrap, so we're going to see here what the ladder... Oh, and it is the useless scrap metal.
I would beg to differ on both boomerangs at this point. Lionels on the overworld are a pain in the butt. They shoot you for 2 damage. Anything you can use on that is ideal, just to not take those hits and have to go back to start.
No, and actually the boomerang is a good pickup when you really don't have a sword or any offense, especially with, it's one thing that I did, don't think we mentioned, or you might have mentioned it, was the HP being lower. So this could make it so some items or some enemies can die to just the boomerang in one shot.
My favorite is when it's the land mollas that are rolled low. The red land mollas can roll down to 0, and you can basically take one out completely in one boomerang hit if you hit it right. But as I said, it's really got its most use on the overworld, where you have these screens like Panulphe's on right now with the Lionels. If you have that boomerang and you hit them, they stop firing for the next 2.5 seconds or so.
Absolutely, and Pan with a really good force bomb.
Yep, Syscrusher finds a staircase. Unfortunately, it's just the transport in level 8, so The good news is the next staircase he finds will have an item, but the bad news is he doesn't have that item yet. So we're gonna keep looking, it looks like.
So, and I've been kind of checking. We've seen a lot of open caves. It's looking like the sword might be. I don't know if we checked vanilla start. I believe someone did, but either around vanilla start or it's going to be up on Death Mountain.
Yep, I don't think anyone got deep into the Dead Woods Dead End spot or level 3. And then there's a lot of stuff around vanilla, and then of course the A5 cave in Death Mountain that's open.
And actually, yeah, did you see that Syscrusher is able to kill these Stalfos with the boomerang? So it was a good pickup, and it leads to a heart. So that's a 1 item in 8. Level 8 will have 2 items as well as level 1. So we'll see if he tries to make his way through here some more.
It looks like Panulphe has found a sword. Unfortunately, it's the one that'll take you 10 to 14 hearts to pick up.
And it looks like you're going to have a recorder in order to check one of the rooms in 8 for sure.
Yep, level 8's known for having the most bosses out of any of the levels 1 to 8. Level 9 can have lots of patras. But I think it's 5 bosses that are in vanilla level 8. And so while you're not necessarily going to run into like the linear blocks that you might run into, say, level 6 down by the tail, or level 4 on the little zigzag at the bottom, you're still potentially going to get blocked by a lot of these bosses.
Oh, and without a sword, you're not going to be able to kill that Dodongo.
Unfortunately, he used the half block to stun the Dodongo. Unfortunately, it would take him 2 bombs to actually kill the Dodongo outright otherwise. And makes good work with the boomerang again on yet another 0 HP enemy.
Here's another staircase.
This one's going to be a little bit harder to get to unless the Dodongo leaves that little area.
Which I might just want to reset the room.
Yep, the Dodongo will eventually kind of work his way out, but nope, he made it through.
Well done. Okay, so a power bracelet. We don't know if that's a required item yet, but it's still a good find.
Yep, there are 7 spots in the overworld in first quest. 4 power bracelet blocks, 2 raft blocks, and 1 recorder block. One of the power bracelet blocks in the overworld in this particular seed is taken by an any road, so it eliminates at least some of the advantage of the power bracelet, but there could still be something under one of the other 3 spots.
At this point, I am really surprised to see us almost 14 minutes in without a sword yet.
Yeah. Panulphe is hopeful that he finds it in level 2. And we have a reverse C. In vanilla level 3, the reverse C is an item drop room and not a room that will necessarily have a staircase, but occasionally it will get shuffled. In this set of flags, it's kind of happened a lot where the first quest dungeons have had their traditional rooms in a lot of situations. So, for example, vanilla level 3 will have a horizontal shoot room in it, and it will have a right-handed staircase room that drops a item on the floor and also has the item inside the staircase. So you might get a key drop or a Triforce drop if you clear the room outright. And then you can go ahead and go down the staircase and get your reward for clearing the room.
So yeah, someone's pointing out in chat that the southeast is dungeon row. That's where it seems most of them are at. But once again, without a sword, you really don't have a lot of offense. You can't dig your way in there. Actually, level 3 might have an item first room in.
Yeah, we have level 4 as well, I believe, right on where they start the seed. So that's 5 dungeons now that we've seen on the eastern side of Hyrule.
And look at that. Pan picks up the wand with the bomb kill. Wow, that's impressive.
Unfortunately, he does not have his ladder, so he can't go through the tea room and look to pick up the Triforce. I'm not sure that either runner actually got past these Lionels at the top of the waterfall. That'd be kind of a nasty screen to put the wood sword.
Alright, so Pan able to check above the waterfall. And we'll see what's up there. Oh, there it is. There's the sword. So did you see that the enemies on that screen? And where that sword is? Because that is not going to be an easy sword to get to. So he really lucked out getting that wand right before going up there. So we'll see. Syscrusher's going to have to figure out a way to get up there because he already dove into 2 and he opted not to try to clear it out.
Yep, there are a couple strategies he could employ to get through that screen. You can reset it to where at least 1 or 2 of the Lionels will spawn on the right side of the lake. Alternatively, you can bomb some of them if he manages upon another pack of bombs. Finally, he does have the candle, and there is a trick with the candle where you can run into your own fire and take a half-heart damage. So he may employ that strategy to not take so many Lionel beams and use invulnerability frames to get towards that sword, but it's definitely going to be a chore.
Yeah, and also one that I like to use is take the hit from the guy in the water.
Yep, the River Zola is pretty annoying. But in that specific screen, he can be helpful. Just a little bit harder to set up.
Oh, and
now Syscrusher
doing the HUD clip. I like that clip. That's a really good clip to do. And if you're gonna do a HUD clip, that's the place to do it because it allows you to avoid all the enemies on that screen, and it's actually faster.
Looks like Syscrusher may be heading back towards the screen he died on up there, so if that's the case, we'll get to see another chance at a play against the Lionels for his wood sword.
Alright, well, he does have the boomerang, yeah, so that will make this a lot easier.
Still not particularly easy because you can't get them all stunned up quite as easily. They like to walk around on you. Yeah, he's got to go now.
Well done. Made it. Well done. And he is rewarded. So now he's going to be able to start digging these dungeons a little bit better. Let's see which one he chooses to go for.
My guess is it's either going to be level 4 or level 2 on this side of the map.
Yeah, he's deciding to go into 4.
Yeah, level 4 typically has a lot of ladder blocks. So with early ladder, it makes more sense to dive this dungeon early. The alternative is level 2 tends to have a higher key count, so if you dig there early, you might be able to build your key count up high enough to where those don't become an issue for some time. Level 4 is the first dungeon that I've seen that kind of trends towards not actually having a traditional single push block as the item. Level 3's right-hand staircase is almost always the case, but I've seen a lot of diamond staircases and other staircases migrate their way to level 4.
Alright, did you see the Kananaki over on Pan's side?
Yep, that's a neat little trick that a lot of runners use to get past some of the key doors. The two ways you can pull it off is either you can open a bomb hole on the left or right, and if there's not a block like there is with that reverse C in the way, you can make it all the way to the door before the bomb goes off, and as it opens you can walk through. The game basically loses containment on whether or not a door's been open and allows you to walk through it without burning a key if you have 0 keys. Yeah, a lot of people hate dark nuts in dungeons, but my least favorite one on Green Tunic is definitely the Gorilla set. I cannot stand it when they just turn and fire their boomerang at you and you have almost no reaction time to get away from it. And unfortunately for Pan, he's running into a lot of ladder blocks, so it's actually becoming painful that he does not have the ladder.
And
at this
he'll
point.
do another Kananaki. So if you want to learn the strategy, pay attention to this. So what he's going to do is he's going to kill this last enemy. As he does so, the top door is going to open. This will allow him to walk through the key door. And then if he goes back into that room, that door will be unlocked.
And he's got to be careful if he's not going to go back through it, because he'll have to re-kill all the likes.
Yeah, normally after that, you want to go back in there and just make sure that that door stays unlocked.
We haven't seen a staircase in 3 yet. I'm beginning to think that the Triforce is actually the drop item in the right-hand staircase. It's got a couple more rooms to check up here, though, and
Oh,
as soon as
there
I
it
say it. Yep, Commentator's Curse there.
And it's the red candle. So, not a big payoff, but you might as well pick it up.
And Goma's blocking the item in 4, which is the red ring.
Red ring. So now I would say Pan, definitely has the offensive advantage with the wand, but now Syscrusher's going to definitely have the defensive advantage.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the ring situation here. There are green, blue, and red tunic in this game, just like there is in A Link to the Past. And the difference between the tunics is green basically gives you your 4 hearts as your health bar. If you have blue, it doubles. And if you have red, it quadruples. So it effectively will turn 5 hearts into 20 hearts for Syscrusher in terms of the damage he can take. What I found particularly interesting is the old man is blocking the way to the Triforce on that side, so he's got to walk around. But it actually must have migrated the staircase out of 6 or one of the other dungeons because it didn't drop the item on the floor, the traps in it.
Yeah. Well, and there are some people asking for a recap of the items. So I'll try to run through them. Fury, with your help. we have in level 2 was the wand. Pan picked it up. Syscrusher has not picked it up yet. The ladder was the Armos item. The coast item was the magical boomerang. The item in 3 was the red candle, and the item in 4 was the red ring. Is that all of them? Oh, and where did the bracelet come from?
Yep, level 8 had Power Bracelet and Heart, so we've got the items at 2, 3, 4, 8, Armos, and Coast Ladder spot.
And I don't believe that we've found... Have we found level 1 yet?
We've not found level 1, level 5, level 9, or the White Sword Cave. I believe we found 6 and 7, but the runners, for good reason, have decided that they don't want to dig those just yet. I haven't been paying that close attention, but I haven't seen what the large secret amount is for the seed.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either. Now Syscrusher's diving into 3. We all know that the red candle's in here, and it's not the easiest dungeon, but we'll see how long he stays in it. And 3 is one of those dungeons that's pretty deceiving. It's not too large, but it's just got a weird flow to it. And so a lot of times it's hard to come up with a really good strategy for making your way through it. But we'll see. We'll see if Syscrusher can do it a little bit faster. Or is he leaving?
According to chat, our large secret is 96. So that's not a particularly harmful large secret. It's 4 below the normal, but as long as you're not down by, say, the 60s in these first quest and mixed quest overworlds that we're going to be playing a lot of this tournament, it won't hurt you that much.
Now, did we see the book? Was that the white sword item?
It's possible. I was watching Syscrusher kind of work his way through level 3.
Yeah. I believe we saw the book on Pan's side, but he was not able to pick it up yet. Well, he now just got another heart, so I bet he'll head back over there and pick it up. With his amount of rubies, he's going to be able to buy some of the hints.
Yep, we'll see if he opts to save so that he can buy the hints and then retry out of them.
Now here's a question with the wand. Do you pick up the book? I think these flags, yes.
Well, I certainly don't think it's a big enough obstacle to where you would leave the potential for information behind. You just have to be well versed in turning as you're firing your wand so that it fires behind you.
And here we go. Dig Dogger gazes with the white sword. So we know 5's going to have the white sword.
Yeah, but it's becoming more and more likely that we may have an important item in 6 or 7 as these hints go by. Flotation device, the raft, is not required for the seed, is the second one. And no power bracelet.
Power bracelet is not required. So, and you know what? Those were some cheap hints. Not even worth resetting for.
Yeah, normally I would opt to save. Oh, look at that. Immediately finds a white sword cave hint. Looks like Syscrusher gets his Triforce out of 3, but he's going to go back in and see if he can't dig the item, which is the red candle. He doesn't know that that's what it is, though.
Right.
Yeah, I certainly don't blame him for it. I mean, you're kind of taught by the way the game mechanics happen that, hey, level 3 small, I should dig that as opposed to 6 or 7 early and make sure that's not the item.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
will
was wrong.
say, I
There was
think he
actually a.
was, with the red ring, he was able to make it through here a lot faster. I think, but we'll see if he goes and picks up the book as well. I think he's kind of over in that area. And then if he does, you'll probably be right on the heels. It's hard to say who has the advantage here. Do you have any thoughts, Fury?
I'm just getting confused as to why Pan hasn't gone back to the ladder at this point. At some point, you have to walk back there because that's what cost him more time than anything at level 3.
Yeah, I watched a match earlier today where the Silvers were on the coast, and one of the runners, one of the racers, he actually went looking for the silver arrows in a lot of dungeons, only to realize they were sitting on the coast the entire time. So it does happen to a lot of people.
I mean, there's always a chance that it's not required to complete the seed, but anytime it's the Armos item, I make a beeline towards it. And I get checking like open caves and such, but he has done a lot of exploration away from it and not a direct line to it.
Yeah, and just someone pointing out in chat, we do not know the items in level 1, 6, 7, or 9. And we've found 6, we've found 7, but we have not found 1. And I do not think we know where level 9 is yet.
Oh, baby. Korea grumbles with a silver arrow.
All right, so we do know what's in 7.
And Lord Banana, or the regular boomerang, is where Syscrusher is right now. It's in level 6.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he comes across it pretty quick. 6 isn't too bad. I mean, 6 is normally not the toughest dungeon to dig. 7, I don't like digging that one. That one's the biggest dungeon outside of level 9, but it looks like it's going to be required. So does that mean the bow's in 1 or 9, right?
Yep, we're down to 3 items that we don't have information on. We have a recorder that is out there. We have a bow. And an any key. Or the magic key. So, in Panulphe's shoes, armed with all this information, I think you still dig level 1 for the second item if you find it, because it's so small.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you'd hate to dig what's... Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8... It's gotta be like 55, 56 rooms in Vanilla 9. You don't want to dig all of those just to find out that you gotta go back to 1.
Yeah, well, but if you do find 9 with, I don't know, the strategies vary. Sometimes it's worth digging until you find Zelda and or Ganon. A lot of times I'll do that, but yeah, with level 1, well, they don't know where level 1 is. Level 1 could be at the very top of Death Mountain, so I guess it would depend on how many Triforces you have and whether or not you find level 9 with 5 or not.
Your 2 options there are 57 rooms to find 2 items, or 17 rooms to find the second item in level 1.
Alright, so Pan picking up his ladder now. Now he's gonna go maybe check the coast.
Yep, Syscrusher gets his Triforce out at level 6. It's amazing to me that Panulphe found that ladder at like 4 minutes, and then ended up with a 35-minute ladder pickup.
Yeah, and one thing to keep track of is no keys on Pan's side as he goes into level 7. Syscrusher has 1, so it is turning out to be a pretty key-starved seed.
Yep, and while the first 10 shot I don't blame Panulphe for not up-and-ing and saving and then retrying out of, the second one may cost him a lot of rupees, because I think there were 2 50-ish ones and one mid-30 one. So he's not going to get a bomb upgrade now because he's run through a lot of his rupees. And he may not be able to buy many keys in the event that he gets key-starved in the seed.
And let's see if he can get a good force here on this Dodongo. We'll see. And he misses. Ooh.
Yeah, that room is brutal.
Well, he can do another Kanana key.
He's waiting for the gel to cooperate. It may take a second. Yeah, unless this is the Triforce, though, it's not going to pay off too big.
Unless it's a key.
I suppose that's true. Even a pack of bombs.
And it's a key, so... yeah, well, he'll probably be clearing out a few of these rooms just looking for those keys. As he looks for the Triforce or Compass to tell him where to go. And has he picked up his red ring? I can never tell with the shuffled with the shuffled sprites that he or the tunic change, but I don't know.
No. He just went ahead and gave us an opportunity to look. I don't think he's gone back to level 4 yet. Though I am fairly certain he's seen where level 4 is. And if he hasn't seen it yet, he'll eventually bomb the start screen that he started on. The answer in chat, yes, the item in level 4 is the red ring.
Alright, so he does pick up the Triforce in 7. So that gives him 3. So both runners have 3 Triforces. And I believe Syscrusher is going to find the wand here real soon.
Yep, I don't mind that Triforce pickup in level 7. It was all the way in the bottom on the right side. It's not really that easy to go and route that direction again, so it's easier just to take the Triforce, go back to the starting screen, and work the left side of the dungeon.
And this is the room with the wand, and Syscrusher's going to go ahead and pick it up. The Triforce is real close by, so he'll be sitting at 4 Triforces. And no, I do not believe he has the book, though, so he's still lacking a bit of information.
Yeah, what's really going to hurt on the information front is not knowing that he has to dig level 7.
And the wand making work of the Landmolas. Nice.
And he did burn with that wand use, didn't he?
What was that?
Nope, I saw something that it's not true. I thought for a second I saw the fire come out of the wand at one point, but it was not the case. Probably just saw Panulphe using it on the other screen.
Alright, there's a staircase in 7. Let's see if this is it.
We may have to take a couple shots from the boomerangs to find out.
Oh, and it's a transport staircase, so. The next stair that we come to will either be the exit of this transport or it will be the item.
Yep. For that reason, I like to take the transport staircase just to see where it ends up.
Ouch, yeah, and he's going to do that now, knowing that there's a dig dogger block.
Yep, he could have used his key, but now he's just going to see if he can't get around that. I don't blame him. And there is a way around. It goes to a right-hand staircase further into the dungeon.
I think he's... Yeah, so he ended up... Yeah, that was a good staircase for him. It just kind of took him to the other side of that. So long as that item is not in the room above that dig dogger, he's get more options here. And he's looking for another key. There you go. Good job.
A lot of people like to call level 7 33 rooms of all sorts of different names, but this level 7's actually been fairly tame outside of that one potential dig dogger issue.
Yeah,
and as I say that,
he's gonna
it's
either
still
have
not
to give
bad.
up something or he's gonna up a. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he decides. He's gonna up a. But yeah, he's gonna have to make his way up north again.
I would give up my bomb before I up A just because I don't want to take the time.
Yeah,
And he does that.
I agree. I don't blame him for making that decision.
It does, however, make it more important that he builds up a handful of rupees so that he can potentially increase his bomb capacity. And we learn level 5 is on Death Mountain, which has the white sword, so it's not an essential dungeon for him to go to, but if he were to want some additional combat, that could be one that he could get a Triforce out of too.
I'll tell you what, if you didn't know the silvers were in 7, it would be hard to justify staying in here this long trying to dig this item out. So hopefully this is it. This will be it, right? Because he did take the staircase, so he's going to have his silvers now, and then it will be the hunt for level 9 or level 1. Though he doesn't know what is in level 4.
Yep, on Panulphe's side, it's level 1, 4, and 9 that he doesn't have item knowledge for. For Syscrusher, it is 1, the White Sword Cave. Actually, Panulphe hasn't seen level 8 either. We should mention that.
Oh yeah, so there's a good chance that he does go through level 8. So I imagine he will dig out this 4 and get his red ring. He's been doing really, really well without it.
Yep, there haven't been a lot of Wizrobe dungeons yet, which is kind of concerning, given that they could be in level 9. And Syscrusher has found a potion shop under one of the push block spots. If he continues heading down the eastern side towards the coast and bombs it, which he may, he will find his White Sword Cave.
He's trying to make a decision. That looks a lot like me when I'm trying to decide where to go. He just kind of run in circles, this way, this way. So yeah, he's gonna go up that direction, and I imagine he'll get his book. And he has found the hint cave, so I imagine he's gonna go check them out.
He may go ahead and route the rest of this coast. He's only got one spot left. And then it's a question of whether or not he'll save before going to them or not.
Ooh, look at that. 96 ruby. So he's at max, so I won't be surprised if he just goes and buys him outright.
Yep, he's in slightly better shape because of his dig of level 6 in terms of his key count going into some of the remaining levels. Panulphe has worked his way up to 4 also. Panulphe's going to go back into level 4 because he does want to try and get to 5 Triforces as soon as possible. This Synth Shop, you know, it's not as useful as the other one, but you still eliminate a lot of potential blocks. Like now he knows that the raft that he may find the hint for level 1 isn't necessary, so he only has to dig 1 item at level 1. And while he's checked a couple of power bracelet spots, he doesn't have to check the rest necessarily now.
Well, and he's already dug 2, 3, 4, 8, and I believe he 6, and so he just found out the white swords in 5. So he knows 7 and 1, and potentially level 9.
Yeah, so basically both of our runners are going to have the same information here the moment he buys the hints out of this vanilla 3 shop. Well, actually, when he goes over there. And Panulphe finds the Triforce level 4, so both runners have 4 Triforces as well.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Pan maybe has a little bit of a lead. Just because he does have the silvers, but you know, you never know. Depends on where level 1 is.
What I like about this is this sets up a situation where it's going to come down to a skill matchup between our 2 runners as opposed to a knowledge difference. So it should make for an exciting conclusion to this race, assuming that both can pick up the... Well, Syscrusher picks up a silver arrows, they both pick up the 5th Triforce they need, and then they get to make a decision as to whether or not they go into 1 or 9.
Yeah, so Syscrusher now finding out that the silvers are indeed in 7, so he's gonna probably end up making his way over there. I can't remember what was in the southwest here.
Yeah, well, he's going to make an attempt to find some dungeons while he's down here, because you don't want to leave and go directly to 7 without actually making sure that something else is down here that's
I believe
important.
he already came down here though, so he knows what's in this area. Okay, yeah. Ooh, and a meat block, which we know is not required.
But that's also good information to find on Panulphe's side. He knows that meat's not going to be required now to complete the seed, and it won't block his way anywhere. We have 3 items missing, so we'll go ahead and run it down. We have Raft in 1, we don't know the second item. Wand in 2, Red Candle in 3. Death Mountain has the entrance to death, that's good information. Level 4 has the red ring, level 5 has the white sword, level 6 has the regular boomerang, level 7 has silvers, level 8 has the heart container and power bracelet, level 9's 2 items are still outstanding. We have book, ladder, and magical boomerang that are our overworld areas of exploration, and both runners have them all. Items outstanding, recorder, magic key, bow.
So it looks like Syscrusher is taking a very similar path to what Panulphe did in level 7.
Which is good, because he will stumble on the Triforce just like Panulphe did.
Yep. And then once you have 5 Triforces, so long as you have the keys, you can really blitz through the rest of the dungeons that you find.
Yep, that is the struggle once you start blitzing through dungeons, is you lose a lot of your opportunities for key drops if you don't actually clear rooms. So I kind of employ the somewhere between an 8 and 10 second rule on a room. If I think I can complete a room in short order, I still dig it with the hopes that it actually has a key drop for me so that I don't get key starved in level 9.
All right, so Pan picking up the bracelet. He was going to decide not to. Then he turned around and grabbed it. He did get the hint saying that it was not required. But maybe he just wanted it for completion's sake.
Well, if you walk past a power bracelet spot, while you won't get a important item out of that cave or in a dungeon, you can still get access to potion shop as Syscrusher has. It could also have a take any one with a heart container or a free red potion, depending on what you opt to pick up. So there's no harm in spending the 7 to 8 seconds, just so you have the information as to what's underneath them.
Yeah, that's true. And also he knows one of our take any roads does require it. Which I know you can block clip through, but it's sometimes a pain.
Unfortunately, Panulphe is out of bombs at this point to actually get down to the Triforce, unless the staircase takes you there, in which case that solves it all.
All right, so this is a difference with Syscrusher. He's actually going to take this the first time.
Yeah, the key difference between our two runners now is actually the Death Mountain hint for level 9. Syscrusher cleared.
He's going to go down, so he's going to go right to the item. Oh, never mind. I thought it was one down. It's down there though.
I want to say, oh, he's gonna walk back into that room and realize this mistake was made. I think it's on the second row from the top, and it's maybe one room to the right of where he is now. Right above him should be the room right next to the Leave Your room. I've also found the heart container in level 8.
So he should be done with level 8. He probably will just grab the Triforce. That will give him 5 total, so he will be able to enter level 9. Syscrusher gets his key back.
Yeah, he's gonna have to retake the staircase, it looks like.
Yeah, he needs to go back, and I believe it was south of the exit there, because well, he's going to be able to dodge the Dig Dogger now.
Yep, he's gonna head through this room, and I think the item from here is one down. He's gonna opt to try and get his bombs set up again. And gets trolled by the Dodongo right off the bat. And another troll. And he's going to lose his bomb here momentarily. It probably. Well, no, I actually think he'll take the heart.
I'd lose a heart here with Red Ring. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it takes Mags back off the table, but I don't think he's worried about that.
I wonder, has anyone gotten the mags in the Pentaforce? I have not seen it yet.
I would say 1 in every 10 races has a magical sword pickup at the moment. And he got lucky with that, Dodongo. Gets his hint for level 5 on Death Mountain.
So Pan apparently didn't dig 3. So this will slow him down a little bit. That means that if Syscrusher does find his silvers right here, then we're looking at a neck-and-neck race. And I would say almost almost identical.
Actually, Panulphe does have his Triforce and his item out of level 3 because it's a red candle, and I know he has a red candle.
Yeah, so what is he doing?
This may be one of those common occasions in which a runner loses track of whether or not he's actually cleared the item out of the dungeon.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, the fortunate part about it is it's level 3, so he's not going to lose a ton of time. He'll find the staircase here at some point and say, oh, right, I've got this item already.
But with these racers, I mean, just from what I've seen, they look like they're very equivalent to each other, both great racers and great Zelda players, and so, this can make or break a race for sure.
Yeah, if he goes up in this next room, though, he's going to see that he's already cleared the staircase, and it'll only cost him about a minute if he goes that direction. But, true to Commentator's Curse fashion, he's going to go south and get eaten by the pancake. Yeah, actually the bomb upgrade is in level 3. That may be something he's looking for.
Yeah, I mean, okay. That, you know what? That was it. Wow. All right, so we'll see if that pays off. That's a risky move.
Well, the big payday here is, while it was expensive, it was the maximum increase of 6 bombs. So, if that was his decision, it was probably a good call in the end.
But I will agree with chat. I think Syscrusher has a slight advantage now. He just has Death Mountain left to look for both level 1 and level 9, so he's going to stumble upon one of them shortly.
Yep, both runners are actually going to enter Death Mountain not too far apart. And level 1 is up on Death Mountain, and I would absolutely dig that if I were Syscrusher, because he doesn't know the second item, but he's going to opt not to.
Whoa, okay. Man, at least check a few rooms, right? But, he's going to go looking right for level 9.
It's 58 minutes in, basically, at this point, so he may feel the pressure of getting to the end of the seed, but it's an interesting call for me, because I would probably consider digging 17 rooms quicker than digging 57.
Yeah, well, and 1 is not in the most convenient spot, so he's not getting back up there without a walk. So, but you know what? This is it. This is a gamble. We'll see if it pays off for him.
And he checked and made sure he had the potion, so he's not going to fall victim to a J. Coper meme. And the fortunate part about this is he's probably going to find level 5, and he doesn't exactly know that level 9's up here, so that he'll walk into that as he is right now. He won't actually find 5 unless he decides to dig it.
Yeah, so he got the hint about 5, so there's no reason he would go there. And he's going to go into 9, so we'll see right here. We'll see. Pan's going into 1 right now, and we'll see what decision he makes. You know what? Keys. Maybe it's keys that are, not wanting to give him up.
Well, Panulphe is trying to open one of those key doors. He's considering leaving as well.
You can't.
Or he's trying to. Yeah, he's trying to pirouette it, but he's actually in the bottleneck near the feet. So he's going to have to use it to go up, probably. That's the better percentage play. Once again, commentator's curse, completely throw that out the window.
Yeah, but he decides to sacrifice a key to at least get some exploration of it. Yeah, normally you would want to go up if you were playing the percentage game. Level 1 has the nice benefit of every wall being bombable, so long as if it's not blocked by like a staircase or an old man room.
Yep, so this is potentially the play of the game for one or both runners. It's going to be either a significant enough advantage in level 9 in terms of knowledge, or level 1's going to have the bow.
And I don't believe I saw him pick up an item, so he did pick up a key though, so he got his key back, so that's good. And yeah, he's going to run into some more keys.
Yep, so the keys are in decent shape. They won't be any worse for wear at this point. This horizontal chute should have a drop. It dropped a bomb.
So was there a hint about level 1 containing the raft?
Yes, there is only one item outstanding in level 1. The raft is the other one. We don't know if it's the floor or the staircase.
Oh man, and that makes one of our runners look like a genius.
Recorder.
So Syscrusher is playing on a different level. We'll see if he sticks to level 9 or not. But wow, what a risky move, and I might pay off for him.
It looks like perhaps Panulphe has forgotten. Oh, look at that. Aquaman awaits on Death Mountain. No kidding. We're in level 1. Looks like Pan may have forgotten he picked up a 5th Triforce already, but it's not going to cost him more than 1 key.
Yeah. Or he just wanted the full hearts before going into 9. Now, there's always a chance Syscrusher could, get frustrated with level 9, end up going back to 1. So I won't say he's out of the woods yet. Oh, he gets a bomb drop, so that's good for him.
I got a bit of a debate in chat as to whether or not 1 or 9 was the correct play.
Well, we know hindsight, right? You know it's the correct play now. Would I, have dug 9? I would have. Or level 1, sorry.
Yeah, Gibdos guard the compass, so there's a reason to start killing Gibdos now outside of the bombs that they drop. And that would even be this room potentially, because the primary enemy, or I think it's supposed to tie now to the primary enemy, but maybe it's not set up that way yet.
Alright, so he's going to clear out this room, and this will tell us if this is potentially Zelda's room up above.
Hopefully it drops the compass and it's Zelda's room above. That would be funny. Although I don't know that you can have an item drop in a shutter room. That's Zelda's room. So he has 5 keys left. Panulphe is still down to 2 keys. Will that come into play?
And unfortunately, I don't have audio, so I can't hear if we've even heard Ganon at all.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat on that one. Both runners opting into different audio sources. And that's a nice little room Syscrusher's found.
So Pan, I don't know, maybe Syscrusher skipped the map, but Pan found it, or Pan took a different route, and so, this could still end up going his way.
Well, he does have the hint for where Zelda is, so it's really just going to be a search for staircases and Ganon at this point. Although I guess technically the Zelda hint is for Link in this case, as he's playing as Zelda.
And there's your answer to a drop. And, well, never mind. That did open, so that is not Zelda's room. Where did it say Zelda was?
Southwest.
Okay. So the southwest, I don't believe Syscrusher has found that hint. But I will say both runners are probably getting pretty anxious. Most seeds have been completed in, about this time. And there he goes.
Man.
He now has the bow. Wow, and that was close to, I believe that was just a few rooms from start.
Yep, if Syscrusher bombs down in this room, he's going to have the same knowledge as Panulphe. But he's going to opt to key. And there's a shutter door in 2 different spots, so we know Zelda's not here. So how long until Syscrusher bombs down in that room is the answer, because you can't bomb to the left in it. We already saw Panulphe try.
And we don't know if Syscrusher's found Ganon, but I mean, if so, that would be his only advantage.
So he's got to check down first because he needs to eliminate that opportunity for it to be a staircase. He's probably going to go left because he cleaned that room up and he doesn't want to do it again. So now we're going to run into a situation where he finds Wallmasters potentially guarding Zelda's door.
With each kill, I'm thinking, yep, that's it. And that is it. So that is Zelda's room. Pan knows it's in that direction.
So he can't bomb out of that room. He's going to have to turn around. Will he make sure that he doesn't miss that room, or will he go up? That's going to make or break the game. Will he bomb down here?
Oh, and he doesn't.
No. So advantage is firmly in Panulph's court now, because Syscrusher's going to go up into the Blue Wizard room instead of going down and bombing down into that room.
We'll say this is shaping up to be a great race, though. If you haven't already, please give our runners a follow. Syscrusher, I know he likes to play late at night, as you can tell from this match. So if you're ever looking for someone to watch Rando, Syscrusher is a good one to follow, and also Pan, his opponent, I believe he's also a night owl as well. So please give him a follow. And
look at that.
Look at that.
Ganon is right off the start, so they definitely heard him early. Just couldn't get into his room. So it's anywhere between 13 and 15 hits to down Ganon. Because it can be plus or minus 2, but it can never be above 15, which is traditionally his amount.
And let's see. It's going to be hard to die to Ganon with Red Ring and potions, so I think Pan just doesn't know exactly the room, but he does know the direction of Zelda.
Yep, it'd be hard to imagine him not going down to where the Pole's voice room is at some point, and he has the bow to clean it up fast.
And there's Bacon. Oh, where is Syscrusher going? Oh no.
Either going
no.
to make the play to 1 now, or he's cleaning up for bombs on all these
No,
moblins.
he's going to level 1. So, yeah, that happens. And you know what? That's happened to me before too, where you just get frustrated. You can't find the items. You've found both Zelda and Ganon. So you panic and go to level 1.
Alright, he uses his last key, which is not what he really wanted to do, but it's going to work out because he's going to go... Oh, he's going to Kananiki, it looks like. And there is a shutter door on that side as well, and we're going to have a finish here.
Alright, get
GG's out for
your
Panulphe.
GGs.
Finishes in 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 52 seconds.
Alright, and we'll see if we can get him in here for an interview.
I can set it up. Hold on.
Alright, so Syscrusher now heading back to level 9. He found out pretty quickly that the recorder was the other item in level 1, so he now knows for sure that the bow is in level 9.
Not exactly sure what else he's looking for, though. With that, we have our race winner, Panulphe. Congratulations, sir.
Hello, everyone. Thanks. I cannot believe it. Well, this has been really, really tense.
Yeah, that looked like I mean, you probably don't know this yet, but really, really close race. It came down to.
Yeah, I was expecting a close race. Well, not in this side, but I'm very happy the luck was on my side because I was very, very low on key all through the run. So I was so scared that I was going to be blocked. I'm really happy to have won this race.
Yeah, well, you did a fantastic job with your key management, and it was impressive how many tricks and things that you did to preserve those keys, and especially the Kanana keys. I don't know how many that you did, but I believe there was 3 or 4 the entire match.
Probably even 5, I think, and even one with the bomb. I remember that when I saw the block, I remember the Kanana keys. I said, I'm not skilled enough. Oh well, let's try anyway. And then the one with the likes, I was not so sure because I didn't know how many ones I had hit with. And I said, okay, I'm going to try bombs, and twice, and then it opened. So it was really, really, really nice. And I mean, I guess finding the books and getting all the clues helped me because I went deep into 7 to look for the silvers.
So what about level 3? Did you go back into level 3 specifically for that bomb upgrade?
Yeah. I was not sure where it was because I didn't mark it on my maps, on my tracker. But I wanted some bombs. I was at 0 anyways, leaving 8. So I said, okay, I know Death Mountains has got 1 and 9, so might as well farm a level rather than farm the other world and then not getting what I wanted. Especially as I had to leave 1 bomb away an old man. So I was betting on it that it was not too much of a loss of the time.
No, that was a really good gamble. Nice.
I cannot believe it. I'm now 3-1. It's just incredible.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're now officially in the bracket. So you get to take week 5 and relax and just kind of have a friendly race against a good opponent.
Yeah, so I guess that the magic key is in 9 somewhere.
Yes, the game-winning play was basically you bombing down into the only way into the room with the bow. There wasn't anything else that really separated the two of you. I mean, he decided not to go to level 1 initially. He has since gone there. But your big play was bombing down, and he has already gone to the left of that room and above it, and I don't know that he even realizes that that room is a potential room. Because he does not have the map for it.
Yeah, so you bombing south really made the difference, and like Fury was saying, Syscrusher went into level 1 and he walked right out and decided to dig level 9 first. So he was in there actually before you, but he ended up going north instead of staying south like you did.
Yeah, because this is a room that cost me some races, and then you saw me going up, and then I saw the staircases, and I marked it on my map, and I said, okay, I know that there are 2 rooms downstairs, like it's the teeth, or next to the teeth of the skull, and so why not check? And I was lucky to do so, because this could have cost me a lot of time.
And then while you got a bit of a awkward Ganon spawn, it thankfully was not a difficult room to fight him in, so with your wood sword and red ring, you managed to take him down quite easily.
Oh yeah. When I realized that the room was block free, I said, okay, I'm not gonna be able to stun him because I don't know really how he moves around. So I was just hoping for the best, and having a potion left, well, I was quite confident. But why I didn't take the staircase once again is because I saw the Wizrub's room. I knew that Zelda was in this area, but there were 2 keys. I needed 2 keys to check, so I just said, okay, just might as well try and explore the rest of the lower part of the dungeon. And yeah, I was lucky.
Well done. It's good that you've sealed your spot in the bracket round. I do want to point out that your screen scrolls were beautiful in this matchup, and it really gave you a good advantage in the overworld for sure.
Well, thanks. And I find it hard to do them because it's my NES adapter is broken, and I need to buy another one. And I'm using my very old SNES controller, whose D-pad is really, really stiff. And if people watched me during this weekend, we had a marathon, and I was doing a glitch festival, and I couldn't do anything. That should have lasted 10 minutes. It went on for 40 minutes. So yeah, I was happy that this morning it worked for me, because it was a disaster this weekend.
Well, I'm glad you got that figured out then. But one other thing I wanted to point out was no sword for like over 15 minutes. Like, what was going through your head as you were finding all these dungeons, but still hadn't found the sword cave yet?
I was a bit worried because I had a very early death trying to grab the ladder, and I died grabbing it. Well, not grabbing it, but just seeing it appearing on screen. And then I said, okay, just move around. Maybe the ladder is not required. And I saw the boomerang was the ladder item. So I just decided to just try and find the sword. So when I found level 2 in this awkward location, I just didn't go up because I saw all the liners. I found level 2. It was quite a tough one. But then I was lucky to find the 1, and then I said, okay, I don't have a sword, but I have the 1, so now I can move these liners around, check the cave, and just up A and do those levels, and then yeah, there was all these things. It was the sword, so I had already taken the candle, so it was not a good bargain. But then finding the red ring and all, that was enough for me to balance my lack of combat skill.
And yep, we do have Syscrusher saying enough on the seed. He cannot find the bow, he doesn't have the keys, so he's going to forfeit it.
So yeah, so he's surrendering with the white flag, and for once, it's not a French white flag.
We'll see if we can get him in for an interview as well.
He said he's coming in.
And with that, we have a Syscrusher in the room. GG Syscrusher, sorry about the unfortunate circumstance with the bow hiding from you.
Yeah, it happens, you know. I gambled a little bit early, try to get some stuff out of 6. And it didn't work out.
Oh, you went through 6. I didn't go to 5 and 6 because I had the clues from the book, but I still went to 1 because I thought it's a small level. The other item might have been the bow, but it was not. It was the raft and the recorder, I think.
Yeah, I didn't get.
Oh.
There was every single room in 7, I think, except one room I went in. Every single room in 4 I went in. I just full cleared a lot, and it just didn't work out, man. Good game, man.
Well, thanks. I'm really happy because I've been playing all the players I wanted to play, and everybody was really nice with me. And yeah, I got lucky once again. And well, I'm really speechless because this is the best I've ever done in randomizers, and I'm going to bracket. So yeah,
That's awesome.
Really happy. Really happy.
So, a few things just to point out. The match was just neck and neck the entire time. The lead actually, well, what we consider a lead or not, changed places multiple times. It both took you guys a while to find the sword. It was like almost 15 minutes of swordless. So just wanted to point out that you guys had an amazing race. Syscrusher, you look like a genius skipping out of level 1. We all assumed you were going to go there, and then in the end, it was the right move. But it just unfortunate circumstances there. But what were your thoughts? With the finding all the dungeons without the sword and doing it swordless.
I really don't like digging dungeons without a sword, but I poked around a little bit, probably a little bit too long, maybe. I did find some items, but nothing like awesome that would help me right away. Well, I don't remember which one I found first, but
yeah, Panulphe got a little bit luckier on that front because he dug 2 swordless and found his way to the wand before eventually finding his way out to the sword. But his issue was different than yours. He decided, after seeing the ladder, I believe, at 4 minutes, that he wasn't going to go back to the ladder until about 35 minutes in.
Yeah, I gambled on it because I died right in front of the ladder. I was so stressed, and well, I just decided to look for the sword, and I got the one before the sword. And because I looked at all the liners around, I said, I'm gonna die, so I'm not gonna go this way. And then I was lucky, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, 8. I was really putting all my eggs in 8, man, and Just the items were just not good.
Yeah. Did you do 8 swordless? Was that all done
Yeah,
swordless? Yeah.
did.
So you had
Wow.
that was if this was a swordless race, I think you would have had a really good advantage. In fact, the advantage was you had the red ring. It took Pan a little while to find the red ring. So while he had the offensive advantage, you had the defensive advantage. And so in the end, it kind of just kept you guys all neck and neck. And level 8, clearing that out early, that put you a little bit ahead at one point.
Yeah, maybe I could have taken the gamble of not doing 1, but I was so scared. It was the bow was in its it was 1 chance out of 3, I guess, by the time I got to the Death Mountain. So well, yeah, I'm a kind of a room cleaner. I don't know my room, so I tend to clean everything just to make sure.
I skipped a lot of rooms too, so I was a little bit short on keys. I was kind of gambling a lot on that, so I flew around 6. Like, I was skipping everything. And it took me a while to find to clear it, and it was a boomerang.
Yeah, it was.
Tell you the boomerang did quite a bit of work for me though for a while there.
Yep, that was your ticket to the wood sword.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you could stun the Lionels and get through them. All right.
Yeah, I
Another
died
thing
on
was
that.
getting the boomerangs.
Yeah, and if you watch it back, I called it useless when you picked it up. So of course it had to actually pay off. So,
Yeah, you never know. So, how high were you on keys, Sis? Because I was really low on keys all through the run.
I had built up a few at one point and used them very quickly in 9. And after that, I ended with 0 keys before I forfeited here. So I don't know why I didn't check that one room down there at the bottom of the skull. I don't know. I was kind of hurt for bombs at some points too. But there are a lot of bomb dropping enemies though, so I don't know why. But
yeah, I went back to 3 to get the bomb upgrades because I had just the right amount. Because I was after doing 8 and getting the final Triforce piece, I was out of bombs. So I said, why not go back to 3? And I got the big upgrade. I think it was the biggest you can get. And then I remember that room, the very room where the bow was a room that trolled me several times. So I wanted to go up and through the staircase, and then I said, no, go back and bomb, and you never know. And that was my lucky break.
yeah, I bought a few bomb packs too, which probably hurt because I was a little short on that bomb upgrade, so I never got it.
Right, well, Syscrusher is now 2-2, so he is not necessarily out of contention for the bracket. He'll just have to play his way in next week.
That's right, I like it. Excitement. Brink of elimination.
Yeah, the verge of victory.
well, it was a really entertaining match, and it's always nice. I like it when we know we're going to have a late night race sometime during the week. So thank you guys very much. It was quite the show.
Oh yeah, it's going to be tomorrow at 2 a.m. It's even later than today. It's going to be Vicnin versus I'm a Sock. It's going to be 8 a.m. for Vicnin, and I think around 10 or 11 for I'm a Sock is West Coast, I think. So it's going to be 2 a.m. for East Coast.
Oh, so if we don't have any more questions from either of the runners, I think we're about ready to wrap it up here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone helping out for the streaming, commentating, tracking, helping out, and really this is such a nice community. And on behalf of my French countrymen, I'd like to say merci.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you, Fury, for commentating with me. It was a pleasure. Good night, everyone, and thank you, Speed Gaming, for putting this on.
Good night, and have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Yep, we have quite a few races coming up tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to be all over both Speed Gaming and Randomania, so give the two restreaming channels the follows that they need, and check out the schedules to see when those matches will occur. But for now, on behalf of everybody involved, I'm Furious K. So long for now.